Welcome back to the channel. Well, it's time to work on my 1967 G900 gasoline I acquired a while back. Anyways, I want to get this running. Story behind this tractor. I actually tried to buy this tractor about 8 years ago, and the guy, he wanted quite a bit of money for it, or didn't want to sell it. I mean, real bad. So, because he was going to fix it up someday. Well, anyways, he finally realized he wasn't going to fix it up and had his grandson sell some stuff, and that's how I acquired it. But anyways, yeah, the motor is stuck. I don't think it's that bad though. I hooked the battery up, got the starter to move, and the fan belt moves just a little, but not much. So I think what we're going to do is we'll get the starter off and put that, I think that tool that Jake made or designed or copied Jeremy Cox, his design, and we'll see if we can get that on there and see if we can turn it over and get her loose. But yeah, we'll go from there. I will inspect the bores if I need to. But let's get the starter off first. I've already got 2 bolts out. I want to unhook the governor rod here, if I can. Maybe. So I think, well, maybe I can get around that. So, okay, there's a bolt back here. It's always a pain to get to. So I'll see if I can get it off without too much trouble. Can't really see it, but I can feel it. So there's always one bolt. That's a pain. Maybe I don't need a swivel on there. I can do it this way. All right, finally got the starter out. That back bolt was a pain in the keister, let me tell you. Okay, well, let's see if this will work. There we go. Okay. Put these nuts all back in, or bolts I should say. I'm not going to try super hard to turn this. Gonna I'll spray some stuff in the cylinders and inspect those before I spray them. But, I just want to see if it'll turn over right now. not grabbing onto the ring gear. All right. Apparently it's just a little bit too small for that. Okay. Not all hope is lost. Take that off. And we just pry it with a bar. Okay, well, I got all the spark plugs out and sprayed some stuff in there. I really don't think this tractor is all that stuck. These spark plugs, I got a lot of not so goodness on there, so I have new ones ordered. These are Champion UD16s. I am not putting Champions back in here. That is a for sure. I'd like to get Autolite, but I've got some Delcos coming. Yeah, yummy. So, but since I've had this soaking, and I just took the starter completely off, and I'm gonna pry on the flywheel. Oh, we'll call it gently, but I don't know if it is going to be gently. But anyways, see if I can get it to, I thought I could get it to wiggle just a little. If I can get it to wiggle, we can keep working it, and it'll come. So don't want to slip off, that's for sure. So all right. I don't know. Okay, well, this is many days since the last footage. I've been soaking this thing and wiggling a flywheel, and had a wrench, you know, on the front of the crankshaft by the fan there. You know, I'm always worried about busting off that that bolt that holds the harmonic balancer on, you know, crankshaft pulley. Well, anyways, while I was waiting for a junk starter to show up that fits this tractor, so this is not the first time I've made one of these. This is the second time, and the first one was for a 302, which would fit on 302, Jetstar 3, and the like. This actually fits in there. That actually fit in here, but the Bendix gear is different. These are bigger. So I called around a few guys, and my friend Kenny Tober out of great state of Wisconsin. My boys would say home of the Packers. That's what they would say. But anyways, so he sent me that and got in the mail today. As soon as I got home, I grabbed a bolt, ground everything down, welded her up. And I started this already. I got it to move just a little bit, but I grabbed the camera. Now I'm back. Okay, well, hopefully you can see the fan from there. Yeah, you should be able to. Okay, like I said, I already got to turn about that much, and I stopped. Like, I better go grab the camera. So, yes, sir. Turning very easy. I am putting very little effort into this. Very little. Hopefully we can get her turning all the way around before I put the starter on. Then we'll use the starter to turn it around. Boy, I'm telling you, this is the way to go. If you got a stuck motor and you know it's not stuck horrible, you know, like sitting outside for, you know, 100 years with the exhaust wide open, you know, and with pitted cylinders and stuff. But man, is it turning over easy now. I've got the spark plugs out, so I think we've got to be close to a full revolution there. So all the way around, but yeah, it's I could probably almost use my hand, I'm thinking. Okay, all right, well, I think we'll take that back out. I'll put the regular starter on, then I'm going to spin it around a few times with starter before I put the spark plugs in. But I do have new spark plugs, new points condenser and rotor for this. I have a new cap already as well. So yeah, my goal is kind of, we're cutting it close, but I want to get this to the Oakley show. Not gonna be able to clean it up much, but just drug it out of the weeds. So we'll pump up that tire again. I think it's just the valve core is bad. The tire's not the best, but but yeah, I'm gonna change that big ugly muffler too, get that off. And I'll just put a different muffler. I've got them around here somewhere. If not, I'll just put a straight pipe on it. But I just think that's cool, you know, something rare like this. But I just put a mixture of, you know, some penetrant, some acetone, and I bought some ATF to put in there too as well, but I never put it in. So, or else I would have done a 50-50 mix of that. So, okay, well, let's get the starter on. Okay. Yep, so it's as simple as that. I just did some quick welding, nailed it and put it on there, but you know, you can use the, you know, just push it in, and yeah, worked flawlessly. I want to thank Jeremy Cox for giving us, you know, this idea. You know, it's not my, I'm not patented, and I don't think he patented it either, but it works great. So I'm gonna write on here somewhere or whatever. So this will work for, you know, G900s, probably G1000, you know, 950, 1050, you know, probably even 1350 with spark ignition. So of course, if it's 50 series, it's going to be an LP. But anyways, yeah, tickled pink. That was so easy. You know, of course, some of that was the penetrating concoction I put in there, yes, but that just, you know, sealed the deal, and I didn't ruin the flywheel, you know, ring gear on the flywheel. So yeah, cool beans. Boy, she's a warm one today. Boy, muggy. Air is very thick. We got a little bit of rain this afternoon, but not enough to, you know, amount to a whole lot. It looked like they got some thunderstorms around us, and also looked like a pretty good thunderstorm developed after, you know, the system went through. Oh, I need to put that on there after I get this one in. So, but yep, and tickled pink about that. Dog, what are you doing over there? She's still after mice. Goofball. What a goofball. Well, hopefully the gas tank is clean on this. We'll look in there the best we can, but it's not going to be easy to see what we need to see. All right. Now let's see if I can get the back bolt started without too much trouble. Like I say, this one's a pain in the butt, and you can't really get in here because there's a flange. The flange of this solenoid is right in the way. But I'll get it. It took me probably a good half hour to get it off, to be honest with you. The swivel socket didn't help any because there's no room to get the socket itself in there, or even this, you know, just the swivel. Oh, come on, baby, just get started. Okay, starter is back on. Let's see if she'll turn with the starter. My ignition switch is not working, or the solenoid is not working, so we'll cross that. Here, I'll show you the other side. Here, you want to run that? Just show them the stuff squirting out of the cylinders, if there's anything left.
I don't think so.
We pulled quite a bit, but cool. All right, so next, it's hot. I'm sweating. I don't know if you can tell. I don't even have my hat on, but it's dark out anyways. So I think what we're gonna do now is we'll probably put the hood on for the night, but we'll cut the video here. Tomorrow night I'm gonna try to get this thing running. Like I said earlier, I've got new plugs, new ignition, basically everything there. These wires look good, so, but I do have a new ignition switch here if I need it. And then if we have to put a new solenoid on here, we will do that too. But yeah, we're getting down to the wire. So trying to get this very rare tractor running and see if we can do it. But it's getting late. Tigers are on. I'm tired. I'm thirsty. So like I say, we're gonna put the hood on. We'll call her a night and call her a video. So hey, appreciate you watching. Look forward. Something's gonna happen tomorrow. Cross your fingers. So, and thanks again, Jeremy Cox, for pointing out how to make that. We'll call it a barring tool. And turn these tractors over. It's a whole lot easier on the flywheel. Or yeah, the flywheel. We're not ruining any teeth on there, and it's just you get really good leverage. So all right, stay tuned. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next one.